Hello and welcome back to By the Grace We Rice. Today this is a fun one. We're getting into Drunk Disney recap. I've got this face mask right here, right there. So I think this is going to feel really nice. It's going to be a fun one. So let's just get into it. Thank you.
Before we hop into the topic of discussion on today's video, I would first start by acknowledging this legendary cocktail that I have concocted. This is a luxurious mixture of 2 wines and a juice. What we have is strawberry arbor mist. I got me some blueberry Hawaiian punch. And then I got me some, I can't remember the brand, but I got me some Chardonnay. So today's video is about Disney. I love Disney. I'm wearing my Disney apparel in honor of this video. I'm going to talk about some of the dumbass characters and dumbass storylines that Disney has presented to the boys and girls of the world. Little Mermaid.
This smells really nice, I'm just going to say.
I know she's a classic, but she's a dumbass bitch. I wanna be where the people are. I wanna see them dancing. You're so pressed on seeing this bitch dance, okay? And it's like, why can't you just watch her from afar? You got all those gizmos and gadgets up plenty. Why can't this bitch just get a little scope?
My voice is not great right now. I did just wake up 20 minutes ago, so forgive me. Maybe I'll just throw in some auto-tune like Quidea.
And watch these hoes dance from the water. She knows me anyway. She be spying on people anyway. I mean, that's exactly what she is. She's a spy. She was obsessive, and she was a spy. Because if that was a dude, people would be like, that's creepy. Like, why are you all up in his window? And everything that this bitch throw off the boat, this bitch be like, oh my God, look at all these gifts that I'm getting. And then when you go to her cove, bitch, she got bottle cans, beer cans, and trash cans, bitch. It's like, this ain't no goddamn treasure. Bitch, this is a bunch of motherfucking junk. She'd be like, oh my God, I want to be where the people are. If you took all that shit that you got and took it on the land, you wouldn't be where the people are. You would just be a bum. My next choice is Cinderella. This is another dumb ass bitch. That's dumb. Let's just talk about the story, right? So here it is. You got Cinderella being treated like a ragamuffin. Like, oh yeah, you used to be cute when Daddy was alive, but now that he's dead, bitch, you ain't nothing. It's funny to me because so many girls are like, oh, I want a Cinderella story. I want a story that's like Cinderella. I don't know why. Because all Cinderella was a dumbass bitch that stayed in a situation when all she had to do was walk out the front.
She didn't have to stay there. She didn't have to stay there. All she had to do is just walk away. Walk away, run away in the middle of the night. Instead, we took the long route of, oh, fairy godmother's going to invite you to a party, and you go to the party and you captivate the prince, but then you run away from the prince. Then he goes on a fucking town-wide search of, who's going to fit this shoe. And then he finds you, and then you live happily ever after, supposedly. So you didn't even get to enjoy the free world before you're someone's princess. Cinderella is such a weird story. She should have just escaped in the middle of the night, done what needed to be done. Instead, it's like she went from, being, a ragamuffin, just being trapped in that cellar, trapped in that attic talking to rats, to, now have to be the princess of the whole town. She never got to live a free life. She never got to just enjoy and be a normal person who can be free. Do you know what I mean? What kind of... Anyway.
Like you grown. They ain't holding you with chains. Why are you making friends with rats?
Right.
But here's the part that's crazy. This bitch goes to the ball. And everybody is all eyes on her. And it's like, this bitch is so gorgeous. Who is she? We've never seen her before because obviously you didn't, because this bitch is in the attic. Okay? This bitch was in the attic like the people under the stairs. Okay, of course you didn't see her. Well, how would you? She never left the house. Having said that, everybody was like, oh my God, she's so gorgeous, who is she? And of course the prince was like, oh my God, she's gorgeous, who is this bitch? And then before you know it, it's 12 o'clock. And if she don't make it home by 12, it's like, girl, your threads are gonna fall apart. Which, by the way, that to me is dumb. If you're my fairy godmother, why are you gonna give me some cheap ass threads that don't even last me a full 24 hours?
One night.
Yeah, girl, I'm gonna give you this bomb ass dress, but it's only good for 5 hours. Why? Why can't you just give me the dress? If you got the magical power to make it come to me, why can't you make it stay?
And I think it's teaching little girls that everything has to be a struggle. Nothing has to make sense. You just have to put up with shit that doesn't make any sense. Okay? You just have to, do the nonsensical thing. Don't do the straightforward thing. Just go this roundabout way, and if you're lucky, you get a prince. But that's not guaranteed.
The shit that she did to play with her.
That's
you get what I'm saying? Why would she just be like, oh, well, girl, I'm your fairy godmother. You've been so sweet over the years. Okay. You know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to do you this one solid. I'm going to make this night, this is going to be a night to remember. I'm going to give you a carriage. Bitch, okay. I'm going to give you a goddamn dress, and I'm going to give you $300,000 so that you can bust about this bitch.
Okay.
What kind of fairy godmother is going to give you a carriage that turns into a pumpkin at 12 o'clock? That's some cheap cheap ass shit. You half-assing that shit. If I was your fairy godmother, I'm gonna give you a carriage. Not a carriage that turns into a pumpkin. Or a shoe that turns into a paper towel. You know, at 12 o'clock. And that's another thing that don't make sense. Okay, if everything turns back after 12 o'clock, how come the slipper didn't turn into like dirt or something? I mean, has anybody ever thought about that? You know, it's like the dress turns to ashes. Okay, the carriage turns into a pumpkin. But the shoes stay.
I think it's because she made the carriage from a pumpkin. She made things from something else, but the slippers were already there. So if she could just give slippers that are already there, why couldn't she just give other stuff that was already there that wouldn't turn into something else at 12? Like, she wanted Cinderella to be, like, not embarrassed, but, like, it was just weird. It was a little bit shady to me. Like, I agree, like, the fairy godmother was half-assing it. He should have given some shit that would last. Some shit that had some value. That, you know, something, some kind of accumulating value where she could go out in the world and have some assets, you know? Oh my god.
Ain't no fairy godmother. That bitch the prankster. That's what she is.
You know.
But the part that made it so bad is, okay, here it is, she's running away from the ball. Because everything is going reverse at 12 o'clock. And she leaves her slipper. And here it is, Prince, whatever the fuck. He's like, oh, I love her so much. It was love at first sight, so forth and so on. But the only way he can find her is by getting somebody to squeeze into her shoe. Which, by the way, ever an athlete's foot, it's like it's not rocket science. Because I'm sure somebody has fungus. I'm sure somebody has some crusty ass feet. I don't need your shoe. Because if you fell in love with me, you don't even know what I look like. What would happen if somebody actually got into her shoe that wasn't Cinderella? How dumb. Now, Sleeping Beauty is not necessarily a bad movie, but I just feel like Disney got lazy and was like, well, we just don't give these girls the same story twice. Snow White, Sleeping Beauty.
I feel like it's not just Disney. I feel like these are like folk tales that existed like even before Disney. Like, but yeah.
Ain't that the same story? Just that one bitch ate an apple and the other bitch pricked her finger. It's like you gave me the same thing. It's kind of like Family Guy and American Dad, where it's like, oh, we're gonna see if we can get another paycheck and give this bitch the same exact thing and switch the characters around. That's all these motherfucking dickers. No tea, no shade. American Dad is the same motherfucking show as Family Guy. The only thing that they did different is that they don't give you the flashbacks that Family Guy gives, because Family Guy is legendary for giving you a motherfucking flashback. In fact, if you actually took the flashbacks out, the show would be 2 minutes long. I'm like, do people realize that they're not actually giving you a show with just a bunch of motherfucking flashbacks? Pocahontas 2. I barely cared about Pocahontas 1. James and the Giant Peach. This is a film about a little boy that travels to New York City by way of a peach. Rapunzel is a dumbass film because, bitch, all you had to do was chop off your own
hair,
tie it to the window, and climb down.
Okay.
If you grow it once, you can grow it twice. It's hair, it'll grow back. Cut that shit off, tie it to the window.
You're like 14 and your hair's already at your ankles. Like, it'll just take another 10 years. Like,
and climb down. First of all, climbing up with your own body weight is hard enough. Now this bitch expect that somebody's supposed to carry her dumb ass down? Okay, well, when you find that person, you let me know. But you won't, because you'll be dead, because it'll never happen. Good night. That's my dumb Disney recap telling you what films I think are dumb as shit. They may be entertaining, but they're fucking dumb. Anyway, in closing, y'all already know the drill. Be-ass the blanche. I leave to get some
will always come through. And as always.
And as always.
Yes.
Until next time.
That's all there is.
Bye.
Ooh, girl. Ooh, child. Ooh, that was a fun one. You know, lighthearted, but you know, I agree. He was making some points. Some of these movies are weird when you grow up and you look back like, huh? Like, okay. Yeah, okay. So, that's that. With that being said, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's treasure these times because they won't last forever. Until next time, though, we continue the rise.